Okay, Tiddo, hello. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. You are the FIVA president, of course, and we would like to understand what is FIVA mission, and as a president, what is your daily job, let's say, in FIVA and for FIVA and people who knows FIVA.
Well, thank you. But in first place, I would like to say it's great, of course, to be here in Le Mans or at Le Mans. I don't know what the right expression. It's really very impressive to be here. I mean, this is representing what we stand for, to keep our vehicles in working condition and of course also in racing condition, and that's what is happening here. It's also a very good place for people to go to with their historic cars. I mean, I'm amazed by all these club cars here on the space here. It's really impressive. But that's indeed what FIFA is about: to keep all these vehicles on the road now, and of course also tomorrow and after tomorrow. So that's a big mission. It's not very easy, but that's of course the thing I'm working on every day. A little bit behind the scenes when we talk about lobbying. It's about politics, and of course also representing FIFA on events like this.
Okay, Tito, recently FIVA announced its position about environment miseries. Would you please explain what is it about and what was decided recently and why?
Of course, that's a very important question. Yeah, of course, we are also concerned about what's happening with the environment. Climate change is something that, of course, is a concern for me, but it's even more, I think, a concern for younger people. But yeah, from FIFA, our viewpoint is that what we do is actually very sustainable because we talk about keeping vehicles that were produced many, many years ago alive, and that fact alone, I think, is a matter of sustainability. Of course, we want to keep these vehicles on the road. That means we need some fuel. I mean, when the fuel is cleaner than the fuel that we could buy yesterday, we will happy to buy it. Of course, when it is affordable. So that's indeed something we are really interested in the developments, maybe by the industry, maybe helped by the politics of cleaner fuel, and we are happy to go using it as long as it helps us to keep our vehicles moving in a reliable way.
About that, there is a really important partnership between FIVA and UNESCO. Would you please explain?
Yeah, UNESCO, of course, the worldwide UN organization for culture and education. We feel very much, let's say, related to their work because what we do is also a matter of culture. I mean, the aspect that so many people have a passion for historic cars, that's already a sign of the culture. It's really about culture is about joining, bringing together people with the same interest, and of course also the products that we celebrate are in many respects really, let's say, showpieces of culture of their time. I mean, of the design. I mean, you see, of course, wonderful designs, but it's also about mass-produced cars. I mean, the cars that brought people to holidays, that brought the people to their work. I mean, that's also important to keep these very popular cars like the Deux Chevaux, the Coccinelle, the Beetle. They also have their place on the road, and that's also what we work for. So that's all culture.
Thank you so much, Tito. Another question I have in mind, because we are talking about cars, but FIVA is not only about cars, it's also many other things. Like I think about utilitarians, motorcycles. What is the FIVA mission in that areas?
Indeed, we are not only for cars, certainly not only for these very exclusive cars. I already mentioned how important it is to keep also the more popular, affordable cars on the road, but even more affordable, of course, are motorcycles and mopeds, and maybe as well, you didn't mention, but as well tractors, agricultural. But indeed, I'm very, let's say, yeah, Happy, of course, surprised as well that there are people that keep these vehicles running. It costs them a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money as well. And they do that just for the passion, not to make something for the market, not to sell it, but just to celebrate indeed the vehicles from the past. But I think it's very important that we also, yeah, let's say, celebrate these motorcycles, mopeds. It's not only about cars.
And just to make people understand better FIVA and the way it works, you have professional members, you have the partnership with UNESCO, you have also global partners and the ANF. Could you please explain it a bit more?
Yeah, you can see it here. I mean, the whole historic vehicle movement is a complete, as we call it, a complete ecosystem. It's not only the people, it's the clubs, but indeed we also have to rely on these partners, and we are very happy to have these partners on board, like the global partners you mentioned. They are Motul, very important here in France, of course, especially to keep the cars running smoothly. And then we have Pirelli, also very important, of course, tires. And we have Glasurit, a painting company from Germany. And of course, we have a lot of other professional members. Also museums, also important to mention them, because they also are part of that same ecosystem. But it's really very, well, impressive to be at the head of such a big movement. So I think everybody can be proud of being part of this, and I'm especially proud.
Last question, if you don't mind, about events, because today it's Le Mans Classic, as you said, but there is also many events around the world. So FIVA is not organizing events, of course, but what is the proposal of FIVA in terms of events?
Well, there's so many different types of events. I mean, from Le Mans to a very small meeting, let's say, that people gather at a parking spot, parking place, and or gather at a restaurant. I mean, that's all part of the same passion. Yeah, FIVA's mission, of course, is to bring the cars, the motorcycles, everything, all the vehicles to the public. I think we talk about this rolling museum. I think that's a very important aspect, that you don't not only organize such an event for yourselves, for your own fun, but I think that you also have to think about the public. I mean, in terms of using the cars, the vehicles responsibly, but also the most important thing is to show them as this famous rolling museum to everybody, so everybody can enjoy it.
I have another question, if you don't mind, because I'm thinking about it. There is this debate about the fact cars, motorcycles are not accessible. But of course, we can see in this kind of events, it's open to everyone. I mean, FIVA position about that. What is it about the movement and the future of the movement?
Well, it's again about events, I think. I mean, it's very important that everybody can enjoy this. So, yeah, you don't need to have a historic vehicle, I think, to enjoy a historic vehicle. I mean, of course, it could help maybe to bring you to the point that you also want to buy one, but maybe that's a matter of yeah, waiting a bit, saving a bit, working hard. And I mean, many people that are around here, I think they have worked hard to be able to buy a historic vehicle, and that's, I think, what's very important to note. It's not only very rich people, maybe people here driving their racing cars are a bit different from the people having their deux chevaux here on the grounds, but it should be something that is really accessible to everybody. So therefore, I think start with a moped, and even with a Solex, very popular here in France, of course. And then you can gradually go to other degrees of, let's say, historic motorization. I think that's what it is about. Okay.
Okay, Tiddo, I'm really happy to be with you today. I'm really happy to see as well that FIVA is doing a lot to make the movement alive, to help people also to discover this world. I think you have you said many things really important, so thank you for that. Thank you for being there today, and thank you for your time.
Maybe je veux parler quelques mots en français, si tu veux, parce que je veux féliciter notre partenaire organisation français, FFIA, avec toutes qui ont organisé ici, spécialement l'exposition merveilleuse et extraordinaire des voitures il y a 100 ans. C'est une chose, je suis bouleversé par émotion pour tout que j'ai vu ici et je veux encore une fois remercier nos amis français. Merci bien.
Alors ça nous fait très plaisir. Merci beaucoup Tiddo. C'est toujours un plaisir d'entendre parler français en plus dans son pays. Donc c'est un super effort et ça montre this shows the fact you are open-minded, and it's really important to get in touch with you and discover more FIVA, because it's a really important mission, and you are doing a fantastic job, if I can say it. I mean, in my position I know it, so thank you for that, and long life to FIVA and to all the members.